Hi guys, Rishi Sunak, when he paints himself into a corner, instead of trying to find a way out, begins looping like a robot having a major malfunction. So he appeared on the Sun newspaper Face the Public segment, where he was challenged on immigration. Now this is something I believe Rishi Sunak decided to take on as an issue when he's either completely unprepared or just doesn't believe the stuff that the extreme right within his party does. He has long lost the trust of the public, be it those who actually care about the well-being of asylum seekers or those who want to send gunboats into the channel. When asked who is responsible for the high numbers of both channel crossings and economic migration, Rishi had something of a mini-meltdown. Have a listen.
So I want to give all of you the certainty that it's going to keep coming down year after year, and that's why we're going to have a legal cap voted on in Parliament every year to guarantee that the numbers keep coming down.
Why didn't you do it when you had the chance?
Reform the welfare system and get people into work instead. That is the right approach for our country.
If it's the right approach for a country, why didn't you do it 18 months ago?
Because we've got the numbers down. We passed new rules that have kicked in to bring the numbers down.
Not in any meaningful way compared to the 745,000 people that came last year. Net migration.
Can you name me a single other year ever where we have reduced the number of visas by 30%?
These numbers are on your watch, but it's clear that you were coming just slightly late.
You just said.
So whose fault is it that it's so high?
I've been Prime Minister for 18 months.
So Liz Truss's fault? Was it Boris's fault?
The numbers were too high.
Whose fault was it?
Well, the numbers were too high.
Oh, come on, if it's not your fault,
hang on. Well, obviously, look, if the numbers are too high, I've got the job and I've brought them down. And you just said, although no, you haven't done very much. I'm saying, tell me another year where someone has reduced the number of visas issued by 30%. Never happened in our country before because I took strict action.
Notice how tetchy he gets when he's asked questions like this. And, oh my goodness. Okay, so I've said before he has his fixed talking points, but these are getting worn out. My mum was a pharmacist, my dad was a GP, or vice versa. That he's the product of legal migration coming to Britain the right way, not the wrong way. And then he keeps looping on the numbers were too high, the numbers were too high. What does that mean, too high? Too high for whom? For what? We know that businesses need staff. We know that universities need foreign students. We know that social care needs more and more visas issued. We know that the NHS is facing massive vacancies. Like, he made a decision, a conscious decision, to instead of focusing on the cost of living crisis and deal with that, no, he would reinstate Suella Braverman, who ultimately betrayed him. He would invest millions of pounds and tons of political capital in Rwanda, knowing that it's not going to work, and it's something that he didn't even believe in from the beginning. He's had opportunities to show strength and discipline within his party, but he's failed at every turn. He's been undermined by people both inside the party and people outside the party. I said from the very beginning he should have removed the whip from Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng. He should never have put Suella Braverman back into her job. This is somebody who's not serious. I don't understand why he doesn't just take the next 2 weeks off and prepare for California. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.